Okay.
What's good, YouTube? That one ain't here, back again once again. And people, today we are here for another WWE review. And of course, we are joined by the pinnacle of wrestling opinions in the world, PK Sparks of Hotness.
Yeah! What's up, guys? How y'all doing? I'm excited.
That was a really
awkward. Yeah.
Because you're so happy and excited for today's WWE pay-per-view review?
I really am. I thought this one was one of the best ones in a while.
Hot damn, you guys! We are reviewing the brand new, or the latest WWE pay-per-view, being TLC 2015. I would have had a review up for TLC the night of, like we normally do. It's just I wasn't feeling super well that day, and I actually ended up falling asleep through after matches. Not because they were boring or anything, it's just because I wasn't feeling well. And you know, when you're down in the dumps and whatnot, and your body is sick, you're just out of it. But I did go and rewatch it. That's why this review is a few days late, because I had to find the time to sit down and actually watch it. But like PK said, this year's TLC was actually not half bad, and it's really funny because there are a lot of people that try and slam TLC this year. And we'll talk about it, we'll mention it and whatnot here in a moment. But if you guys are hyped for another WWE pay-per-view review, and of course if you're a proud member of the Nappy Nation, make sure you smash the like button down below for us, because you already know your support is greatly appreciated. Now, something that we don't normally talk about, but I guess we could begin to, kickoff show.
Yes.
We don't normally speak about the kickoff show per se, but I know when we did Survivor Series, I think it was Mo. Did Mo join me for Survivor Series? I can't remember. I think he did. But we spoke about the kickoff show then, because it was the 5-man Survivor Series match. But for the TLC kickoff show, they had Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks. I don't know about you, PK, but I am very upset that Sasha Banks is only being used for the kickoff show.
In her home city.
In her home city, she's only being used for the kickoff show. Now, PK and I both went to Hell in a Cell. Even though we didn't have a review for it, we did go to Hell in a Cell. And I want you guys to know that during the Charlotte versus Nikki Bella match, the crowd was literally, myself included, we were literally chanting, "We want Sasha. We want Sasha." How is it that the crowd would rather see another female wrestler than your own damn champion? But you don't use her in the show. You put her on the kickoff show. What is wrong?
I don't get it. I really don't get it, man. At least WWE understood that, you know, we got to get Sasha out there. People want to see her. So, I mean, I guess everyone who watched it on TV didn't get to see Sasha Banks. But it really is just perplexing. They decided to not use her.
That's a nice word choice there, PK. I like that. You've been studying your thesaurus there. Okay.
I told you, man.
I don't understand it. I really don't understand it either. Sasha Banks, in my opinion, is the #1 women's wrestler right now. Hands down. The #1 women's wrestler. Why she was only using the kickoff show is beyond my comprehension. I'm hoping they end up putting a package together. Maybe PK, what if they want to put a package together where Sasha Banks wins the title at WrestleMania?
I mean, she needs to win it soon. You know what? If that's the case, then yeah, by all means, let her like slowly but surely build to that point. I'm just saying, like, whatever the second pay-per-view is, or whatever pay-per-view is before WrestleMania, she needs to snap on whoever's the Divas champion and say, "You're gonna give me my title shot. You're gonna give it to me at WrestleMania," and there needs to be like a thing.
For real, I don't know. It just, they're underutilizing Sasha Banks to the extreme right now. Albeit, to the point, the match in the kickoff show was actually not bad. Becky Lynch, I don't know, I've never been a huge fan of Becky Lynch, but I don't hate her either. They both did amazing work in NXT, and again, it showed in the kickoff match itself. The kickoff match actually wasn't that bad. In my opinion, it was better than the actual Women's Championship match, which of course we'll speak on, that took place later that night. It was honestly better than that.
The match was definitely decent. Becky, yeah. I feel like is underutilized. She's like, I feel like it's just her character, but she herself, she's great in the ring. I like watching her.
Yeah. I don't know. It was just a simple kickoff match, so there's really not too much to dive into detail here. But overall, I would give it a powerful 3 out of 5.
I'd give it a 3.5. I really enjoyed it. But before we get off the topic of the pre-show, if you guys didn't see, before the match, they had them come out in New Day-esque style and like sing a song. For the love of God, WWE, I like the New Day. I like Team Bad. Oh, I don't like that name, but I like them. And I like the fact that they might even get together. But do not turn Team Bad into a female New Day. It's just copy paste. It's bound to fail. Don't do it.
I feel like it's more so themselves than WWE. Because, you know, Sasha Banks hangs out with the New Day and all of them a lot. You see it on Twitter and whatnot. So I feel like it might just be them being themselves more so than anything else.
If that's the
at the same time, PK, if it does work out, look at what the New Day has done for the tag team division. You can literally insert New Day into any match, whether they're tag champions or not, and it'll be entertaining as hell.
Oh, I can't wait till we talk about that match. I got something to say about that.
So, in that sense, if they could create a female New Day, where I'm just saying it's very delicate, very fragile. You know, if they don't do it right, it won't work. But let's say they do successfully create a female New Day, and it becomes one of those things where Team Bad or Team Female New Day can insert them into any sort of match type, and all of a sudden you have a second hype women's match on the card. Is that really a bad thing?
No, it's not a bad thing if it works out. If it works out, then yeah, I'm all for it. I just can't see it working out. I don't trust WWE with this type of stuff yet. I mean, they're just now starting to get the ball rolling, but this entire year has been abysmal. Please just, I don't know. I just don't want to copy paste. I don't.
Well, after the kickoff show, fireworks go off, and the opening match begins. And from Twitter and a whole lot of other review sources and websites, the best match of the night begins. And that's saying something, that your opening match is the best match of the night. We're starting off with the triple threat ladder match for the WWE Tag Team Championships. We have the New Day defending against the Usos and the Lucha Dragons. Go ahead, PK. What did you want to say?
Not a spoiler alert, but in my opinion, best match of the freaking night. This had the type of hype. And I'm not comparing it to the old days, but I'm saying I felt like it had that type of hype that the Hardys, the Dudleys, and Edge and Christian brought back to ladder matches back in the day. No. I really had that idea. Now, mind you, they're not at that level yet, but it still felt great. There was amazing spots. They used the ladder to the fullest potential. Now, they didn't pioneer it because, I mean, they did it already. The Dudleys and whatnot, they did it already, but it still felt great. It's been a long time since we've had a match of that caliber, a tag team triple threat ladder match. First of all, it's been a while since we had that. And then, like I said, all the spots that were in, there was like all these ladders and all these spots, the jumping off of corners. Like, it was just reminiscent of what I enjoyed in a tag team match. And then the ladders just added everything, and it was great. Not to mention, even Xavier Woods on the mic added to the entire match. Xavier is good on the mic. He's good overall. I wish he would get more ring time, but he is good.
Shout out to Up, Down, Down.
True, yo. He plugged his YouTube channel.
Hold on. I have to slow your roll here. I'm gonna be Grinch, no pun intended. I think it was an amazing match. I'm gonna say so far right now, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5, and that's incredible. How often do we ever rate 4 out of 5 matches? I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. The only reason I disagree with you, PK, is because you are comparing legends, matches that have been pure clinics, matches that you will never forget, to this one match. And I feel like the only reason that it's popping to you like that and standing out to you like that is because of how little we actually see a match like this in WWE today.
No, and I guess that's what I said.
If you actually sat down and compared the match that we had, the match that we're talking about right now, to those matches with the Dudley Boys and Edge and Christian and the Hardys, you'd be like, maybe not.
I mean, they still have to get together to work. Still have to work together, but I still think the chemistry is there. I like the Lucha Dragons. They're the high flyers we need. That was kind of Edge and Christian back then. I like the Usos. You can compare the Usos to I don't know, who would they be? I don't know. I feel like they're really the own
That's why
characters.
I feel like it's too much of a stretch. I feel like it's one of those things where it's like we just haven't seen a match of this caliber in so long that the first thing that comes to mind is Dudley Boys, Edge and Christian, yada yada yada.
No, all right, maybe
I can't buy into that.
Maybe I am exaggerating a little bit, but it still felt nice. Now, I would like to see it go to that direction. Especially, do you mind if I talk about Raw at all? Like, comparing to it?
Go ahead. Raw's already happened.
What is it? Comparing it to Raw, when they said they all came out. I don't know if they were breaking kayfabe or not, but it was like they brought them all out. They was just like, yo, we just put on one hell of a show. We just pretty much destroyed this thing. But then the day it was like, but it doesn't matter because we're still tag team champs. New Day rocks. And then they got beat down. But it's just that triple synergy. I don't know. I feel like that's really what the tag team division needed. It's actually hype right now. You even have tag teams that are like kind of to the wayside, but have been there before. You even have the primetime players who have been there before. You have, I know I'm blanking on somebody. I was going to say Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, but they're both out on injuries right now. God dang.
Nah, you know what it is? You know what it is? It's what we were just speaking about with the notion of New Day. It's the notion that involving the New Day in a match type brings hype to it. Now, honestly, even if the tag titles weren't on the line, that match would have still been great. And it's because of who's involved in the match that they put on. The Usos are honestly great. They have that mid-card hype surrounding them. New Day, obviously amazing. And I think the quote-unquote, I don't know what other word to call it. I'm just talking about in the sense of popularity. They're the new up-and-coming popular tag team, Lucha Dragons. Of course, they've been here for a while. They pay their dues. I'm not saying they're new by any means. I'm just talking about when it comes to pop-wise with the audience and whatnot. I think people are starting to finally see and realize, like, holy shit, Kalisto and Sin Cara are awesome. That's Salito del Sol at the top of the ladder, PK.
Oh my god, the spot of the night. Like, Kalisto earned so much praise for that move. Like, it was just, first of all, it was smooth the entire time. They're, like, the quick flip, you see them in the air. They're like arc at the top for half a second. Then Kalisto comes down. The ladder
It was literally
breaks.
one of those things where it was almost, you're watching it in slow-mo and you're like,
it was!
Holy shit.
It was one of, like, my jaw dropped, my hand went over my mouth, like, yo.
Yeah, that was hype as shit. I loved it when Big E bench pressed the ladder off his chest
Yes!
with them on top of it. That was dope as fuck. They had a lot of great spots, and in my opinion, that was, I don't want to say it was match of the night, but honestly, it was one of, if not the best match of the night, and I'm happy that the New Day was a part of it. And honestly, like I said, you could probably take the New Day out of that match and put someone else in it with the tag titles on the line, still have a hype ass match, and then turn around and put the New Day in a match with somebody else and still have a second hype tag team match.
Yeah, I mean, the New Day, I want y'all to know, the New Day has taken everything. They are the tag team of the year. They are the superstars of the year. Honestly, they have made a name for themselves. Not so much like we know the New Day now, not some creative bullcrap. We the people. No, they add unicorns. They have a YouTube channel. Like, they're their own creation, and it works. It got over, and they still come out new the whole time. New Day rocks. New Day rocks.
Day rocks. One more time. New Day rocks.
And then the best part is they try to play it off as if the crowd is saying New Day sucks. And yeah, you may have a couple of people who say that. I mean, obviously you're going to do that because you're heels. But you know what? If y'all heard the Philly crowd on Raw, the entire crowd, New Day rocks. Kofi didn't even know what to say. He got caught up in the whole words. New Day is over, and anything to get added to is bound to be great, so long as WWE doesn't force feed them down our throats.
New Day was great. New Day was great. Usos, they've been out of action because of injury for a little while, or one of them was. But I'm hyped to see them back in because as I kind of sort of got back into watching regularly. That was right as they got injured, so I never really saw a whole lot of the Usos, but I'm happy to see them back on board and in the tag team scene. Honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing them go for a run for the titles next, exclusively with the New Day, not with this whole triple threat scenario. And then honestly, I think they should build up Lucha Dragons. There was one point when I thought Lucha Dragons were just jobbers, to be 100% honest with you.
Yeah, a lot of people thought that, but go on.
After that performance, 100% give them a run of the tag titles as well. I think seeing them involved with the New Day would be great, and at the same time, I think, well, it's a given. Give them a stipulation, give them a match type. Please, for the love of God, take TLC and Hell in a Cell away.
Yes.
We can go on for this forever and ever and ever and ever.
Take Money in the Bank away as well.
Please take Money in the Bank. put it back at WrestleMania. That is one of the hypest draws to WrestleMania. Opening match at WrestleMania, Money in the fucking Bank. Get rid of it as its own pay-per-view. Hell in a Cell, get rid of it as its own pay-per-view. It's like, cool, we're guaranteed to see a Hell in a Cell every year, but at the same time, when you would announce a Hell in a Cell out of the blue, that is so much more hype. If Raw wants to be all about unpredictability and a reason to tune in every single week, having the fact that, oh my god, this rivalry is going to culminate in a Hell in a Cell, that's more hype than already knowing every single year we're going to see a Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah, it's just like, who's going to get put into the match?
You know, what are we going to do next? We're going to have a Last Man Standing pay-per-view?
Oh my god!
Like,
I mean, that's one of the few like golden child. But it was just like when you had TLC, when you had a ladder match, when you had Hell in a Cell, and it was announced. It's like how intense did this rivalry just get? Like, is it that serious? We're going to Hell in a Cell? Like, It's just, you already know. Just by announcing it, everyone's already hyped. Now you're expecting it, so it takes away, like, the surprise appeal. Take them away. Bring back Vengeance. We loved Vengeance. Bring back, I know there's a couple of, I would even prefer bragging rights, to be honest, over Hell in a Cell.
What I want to see WrestleMania, followed by Backlash, followed by Judgment Day, followed by Vengeance, followed by the Great American Bash, followed by SummerSlam, followed by Unforgiven, followed by No Mercy.
Those were powerful. Now I don't know why. No, actually, I know why they changed it, because the whole PPV.
What was after No Mercy? What was the Raw pay-per-view after No Mercy?
I forget.
Cyber Sunday?
Was it Cyber
Taboo
Sunday?
Tuesday? One of the two?
I feel like it might be Cyber Sunday, because Taboo Tuesday didn't make sense. It wasn't a Sunday.
No. Well, yeah.
Was the pay-per-view on a Tuesday? I actually don't know.
I don't remember. But Cyber Sunday, and then you had Survivor Series. And what came after Survivor Series? It was SmackDown, because they had Cyber Sunday. You had Armageddon.
It was Armageddon.
And then you went to
the Royal Rumble.
The Royal Rumble, and then you had New Year's Revolution, and then No Way Out, and then WrestleMania. Go back to that.
The brand extension was the greatest thing ever, because it made
Raw WWE. If you're watching, bring back.
It made them their own thing. Like, it made them worth watching. It made it worth watching Raw, John Cena for Raw, and Batista on SmackDown, Undertaker on SmackDown, and Edge on Raw. Kurt Angle hopping between both darn brands. I don't give a damn.
If this reaches the ears of anyone watching, a fan, please spread the word. If anyone's watching that is associated with WWE, it's just, I don't fucking know who's gonna end up seeing this, but please
bring back the brand.
Please, in 2016, bring back brands as Raw and SmackDown.
Oh, that's another thing that was hyped after WrestleMania. We had the draft.
Have a draft.
The draft was godlike.
Please have a draft. I want to see general managers.
Yes.
I want to see wrestlers that are exclusive to their own shows.
Yes.
You want to talk about bringing back ratings. It doesn't work if you just throw everybody on Monday Night Raw. No. I want to see the WWE Tag Team Championships and the World Tag Team Championships. I want to see the US Championship back on Raw. Back on SmackDown. Intercontinental Championship on Raw. I want the World Heavyweight, the big gold belt, back.
I really don't understand why they felt the need to merge it as well. I hate that. I mean, everybody already knew that the WWE belt was bigger than the World belt, which doesn't make sense, but, you know, in WWE terms it does.
I never saw it that way.
A lot of people did, especially within WWE. If you were on Raw and you had the WWE title, like, that was the big belt. That was their belt.
never saw it that way. I always saw, in my mind, them as equivalents. Because it was always WWE World Heavyweight title, Intercontinental US title. Then you had the Tag Team Championships, then you had the Women's and the Cruiserweight. That's how I always saw it, in the tiering. That's how it always was.
I don't know. I mean, that's how it should have been, but this just not how it was perceived. But I agree with you. That's how it should be. But we got really off topic.
Yeah, I was about to say. Anyways, in regards to the opening match of TLC, this triple threat ladder match for the WWE Tag Team Championships, what would you rate it out of 5?
To be a little bit more critical, like, I feel like the pace could have been a little faster and everyone being a little more active. So I'm gonna give it I want to give it a 4.5, but I'm gonna give it a 4.
I said when we first started talking about it, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. It was an amazing match. and hats off to everyone that's involved. And I cannot wait.
Especially Kalisto, man.
Yes, Kalisto, hands down, absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to see what the tag team division pulls out of their asses next, because that was absolutely amazing. We've been talking about this on the past couple pay-per-view reviews, but 100% I'm glad and I'm happy to see the tag team division flourishing, because for me, the tag team division has always been like an add-on to the show. You know, it's always been like, okay, cool, but now it's like, oh my god, I can't wait to see what the New Day is gonna do next. I can't wait to see the type of crazy shit Kalisto's gonna pull out. So,
Nappy Nation! Don't you dare be sour! Hit that like button! No, hit the like button. For your world famous King Nappy and PK Sparks, and feel the power! It's a new day, yes it is, or a new review, yes it is. Boom.
PK's creative. We like to get creative.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on down the cards, you guys. Our second match of the night, we have Ryback versus Rusev. And This is the one match on the card that really kind of just...
It was lame.
It doesn't really fit. You know, it kind of just...
Every pay-per-view has that one match where it's just like, eh. I'm kind of annoyed that they went on that early, but at the same time, I'm not mad either. But it really was a letdown compared to that ladder match. It was like amazing, high-flying action, Kalisto going all, Xavier getting involved, all that hype. Rusev and Ryback, and it just kind of felt like it literally was a filler match, but it was so much, like PK said, it was so much of a letdown. You know, you're at TLC, and then you start with a ladder match, and then all of a sudden your second match is just Ryback versus Rusev, and it's like, it's not like I don't like either one of them. It's just one of those things where it was just, there's really no, like, I don't even know how to describe like the feeling of mediocrity that I have about the match in words. It was just like, I feel like it may be one of those times where they're trying to rebuild Rusev, because of the ending. Spoiler alert, because you didn't see it. The ending was Ryback going out to the Accolade, and Ryback actually passed out, which sucks for him. He just went from IC champion to passing out. Like, what the? Which sucks for him, but they got to build somebody up, so it might as well be Rusev. So I feel like that's pretty much what it was about. The whole storyline didn't have much sense beyond Lana being the intrusive girlfriend once again, a copy-paste storyline, and it just had to happen. So they got it done. Rusev got the win, but it wasn't really anything phenomenal besides the fact that Rusev won, and I don't think it was meant to be anything more than that.
It was just so mediocre.
Nappy is so downtrodden right now.
I don't know what to say. I don't know.
He's so sad.
I literally don't know what to say. Like I said, I like Ryback. I like Rusev. It's just the storyline itself has no steam behind it. The match itself, it's a TLC pay-per-view. You have a singles match.
I mean, we had another singles match.
But I mean, we'll speak about that. But I mean, I'm just talking about, like, there's literally nothing going on here.
No,
like, why? Like, if anything, this should have been on the kickoff show.
It really it really should have.
This should have been the kickoff show, or included in the kickoff show. I'd rather just take the 6 matches that we had besides this. I don't know. I feel like if I keep talking about it, it's just gonna be even more
Not to mention, it was time taken away from the from what we'll talk about later, the tables match, because they said it had like 12-15 minutes to work with. I'm just like, oh really? You have an elimination tables match between 8 people, and you have 15 minutes? Okay.
Just rate the match.
I'm sorry. It's a 2. I give it a 2 because Rusev does still look good in the ring, and Ryback, he can work to a certain extent. So I mean, like, it was okay, but 2.
I'm giving it a 1.
Oh well, cool.
Call me mean. Call me upset. Like I said,
You're a mean one.
Call me the Grinch. I don't care. I like both of them. It's just this match made no sense to me. I didn't like its placement on the card. I didn't like the match itself. I feel so negative right now, and it's just.
Well, let's move to a positive match.
I'm just done with it.
Let's move to positive match. Positive.
The third match of the night, you guys. We have the United States Championship on the line in a chairs match,
which is a lame stipulation.
Alberto Del Rio defending against Jack Swagger, which is a lame opponent.
However,
I'm very mixed on this. I agree with PK. that the idea of a chairs match is kind of lame. Especially because chairs can also be allowed in tables matches. Chairs can also be allowed in ladders matches. Chairs can be allowed in tables, ladders, and chairs matches. So why is it that you have a chairs match, but tables aren't promoted, ladders aren't promoted? Technically, it's no DQ, right?
Yeah.
So what's the emphasis on chairs? You know, it's kind of like an unsanctioned match in WWE. Like, how is it unsanctioned if you're actually giving it time on the pay-per-view? Isn't it technically sanctioned? You know, like, it's one of those things where it's just like the stipulation's kind of redundant, I guess. I don't know.
It's kind of silly, but
I understand why they did it, because they wanted to have a tables match, a ladders match, and a chairs match, and then a TLC match. So it makes sense why they did it. But what I was gonna say before I went on my tangent was, even though the match name and the match type seems kind of silly, the match itself is kind of brutal.
Oh, it really is. Like, I'll even give it to Swagger. Swagger impressed me. Like, I always vote him off as a lame duck. And I mean, like, he's always gave himself that air. But this time, this man did some work. And Alberto Del Rio is Alberto Del Rio. He always good.
I'll say this much. When Alberto Del Rio first came out, when he first came to WWE, I wasn't a huge fan of him. I didn't think he deserved to be in the world title scene. Then again, I hadn't seen a whole lot of Mexican wrestling or anything like that, so I really didn't know. But after he's come back, I really do see Alberto Del Rio in a different light. I do see him as more of a main eventer and whatnot, and that sounds incredibly stupid and ignorant on my part. I understand the history that he's had and everything he's done, so I understand. I'll take the L for that one. Jack Swagger, to me, I've seen him when he debuted. I knew about him when he was in ECW. All this bullshit. He is jobber, always will be jobber, always will be mid-carder. So I guess he was perfect to be in this match, just a job against Alberto Del Rio. But like PK said, he did impress me. He took a ton of actual hits. Alberto Del Rio threw chairs on this man outside the ring. He hooked him up on the turnbuckle and slapped his back time and time again with these chairs. And in the final spot, when Alberto Del Rio did the little coup de grace wannabe knockoff move and hit his chest straight onto the pile of chairs beneath him, god damn!
That hurt. I felt that.
Damn! I don't know. I think with the notion of it being a chairs match, like I said, even though the title sounds really, really lame, the match itself is really more brutal. How many times have you seen someone take a chair shot directly to the head and you just look at it and you're like, holy shit, that hurt.
Well, you know they banned headshots, right?
Oh, well, sure. All I remember is, I don't remember who he was fighting. I just remember watching Big Show take a chair shot to the head and the chair bottom bent up and his head went through the fucking chair.
Yeah.
Like, I just have that image in my head. So, even whether they ban it or not, I'm just talking about the intensity of the match. You know, getting hit with a chair, whether it's on the back or the shoulder or the head, whatever, it's actually a serious hit. You can only play that off to an extent so much. So, I don't know. The wackest part of the match, though, was when Jack Swagger slid the chair on Alberto Del Rio's ankle and tried to get the ankle lock on him. Oh, my bad. The Patriot lock on him. And I'm like, how is this hurting his leg?
Ain't no my bad. You did that on purpose. Anyway, yeah, that didn't make sense. I don't know what he was trying to do. Maybe he was trying to say he was going to he's like clasping the chair on his ankle. But I mean, if anyone who's smart enough to look, you can tell that he wasn't. So
if you would have actually applied pressure to the chair, maybe. But it was literally just sitting there. It was hanging there as you put him in the ankle lock. So, okay, Jack Swagger. I don't know. Jack Swagger, to me, he's never really been all that. I will say his little "We the People" thing is hype as shit, though.
We the people. Yeah, it's pretty hype. Too bad he doesn't, like, his character doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, it just doesn't. I don't know. I think Jack Swagger, he's really good in ring. Just his personality, his persona, he really just doesn't seem more than just mid-carder for life, in my opinion. Even though he did have a world title reign, but we need to go over that.
I mean, we could talk about it.
No,
I want you to know, when he got the world, I was a big fan of Jack Swagger when he first came in, and when he got that title, I was like, yo, yes, yes. And then he had the title, and I'm like, yes. And then he lost, and I'm like, yes.
So what's the moral of the story here?
Jack Swagger, once he actually became champion, you can literally see him just fall. Like, that was the apex of his entire WWE career, is being World Heavyweight Champion for a month. And that's unfortunate. Because, I mean, WWE put a lot behind it. They gave him Money in the Bank. He cashed in on Edge. I think it was Edge. And it was just like he had this whole character rebrand, but unfortunately, the character rebrand also carried with him behind, and it just didn't translate well. I like Jack Swagger. Liked Jack Swagger. I love how they're doing promotion of Rio. They both look good in this match. Personally, I'm gonna give it a 3.
I would agree with you. I agree with you. It wasn't a bad match, in my opinion. Considering the fact, or the predisposed notion that everyone has of what a quote-unquote chairs match, how silly that sounds is, it actually ended up being a lot more brutal, and it had a few better spots for the 10 minutes that they had out there. It wasn't that bad. I'll give it a 3 out of 5. I agree with you.
Hey.
I agree with you.
I like it when Nappy and I agree.
Okay, I disagree with PK about
what the
liking when we agree. Anyways, moving on down the card. Up next, we have another one of the most anticipated matches of the night. We have an 8-man tag team elimination tables match between 2 pioneers of the TLC match and their 2 extreme compadres against the new face of fear and his family. They're the Dudley Boys teaming with Tommy Dreamer and Rhino, aka Team Extreme, versus, let's just forget about the fact Rhino's on NXT, but versus Bray Wyatt, Wyatt family.
I have issues with this match. As I said earlier, you have the idea.
Say that again.
I do. I have issues with this match.
You make it sound like you've been in a long-term relationship with this match and there's some issues you need to work out.
Because I was so invested in the idea of an 8-man elimination tables match, which means that 7 men at most 7 men are going through a table, at least 4. I was expecting 5 or 6. I'm like, this is going to be so freaking hype. You have freaking the Dudley Boys. Everyone loves the Dudley Boys. You have Rhino, Gore, and you have Tommy Dreamer. All you gotta do is say Tommy Dreamer. You understand like who Tommy Dreamer is, especially if you're invested in ECW. And you have against the Wyatt family. And the Wyatt family is hype on their own. The issue here is that these 2 teams with their current streaks should not have met right now.
Exactly.
The Dudley Boys are on a crazy losing streak. They lost after going against the New Day, I think 2 to 3 matches. They lost. They ended up going to another thing. I forget who it was against, but they lost that. And then they had this matchup with the Wyatt family. The Wyatt family have been losing and losing and losing, and yet for some reason still continue to claim to be taking the power of the Undertaker and be the new face of fear, desolation, destruction, and whatever the heck Eric Rowan is. I don't even know what Eric Rowan. Oh no, is it Harper? I don't know. The ginger beard one with the green over. That's Rowan. Okay, Rowan. I don't even know what he's supposed to be the face of what. You don't say, but like they shouldn't have met because whoever won got a boost. They needed a boost, but whoever lost.
You can't put 2 losing teams up against each other because eventually one person's gonna get shit on completely, especially considering the night after on Monday Night Raw they had an Extreme Rules match,
which was hype as hell.
So fucking hype. If you missed out on that, go watch that.
And not to mention it was in
this
Philly.
match in the pay-per-view. They were both pretty decent matches. I'll give it that much. But the Wyatt family won again, so the Dudleys got squashed twice.
Yep, and they got squashed in Philly. The home of ECW is just
twice they got squashed in a match type that they're known for. Which I don't know. We've been talking about these pay-per-view reviews for a while now that the Wyatts need to win, and I am happy about the fact that they won. I'm also happy about the fact that the Wyatt family is being packaged together as the Wyatt family. Because in my opinion, like we spoke on this, you weren't here for that, PK. I think we spoke on this on the Survivor Series review. I want to see the Wyatt family in 2016 become the new dominant force.
Yes, they have everybody.
We spoke about like the possibility of having like the Ministry come into play or whatever. Even if that doesn't happen, do something kind of sort of like what they did with Evolution with the Wyatt family, where Bray Wyatt gets a run at the world title and becomes world champion. Then you have Luke Harper and Eric Rowan become tag team champions. Then you have Braun Strowman take give him the IC and the US title. He's fucking Braun Strowman. Have them go ham for like a month and pick up all the titles. And that will really institute the new face of fear in WWE.
It's in history at one time.
Imagine if they start this promo around like the time of, in my mind, since I'm stuck watching, since I'm stuck, I have this mindset of like wrestling when I was in high school and whatnot. I always see it as like running around the time of like Vengeance, Great American Bash into SummerSlam. I don't know what pay-per-views there are in that place now. I think it's Battleground and Payback or whatever. Have it start sometime around there, and have them come to a culmination around SummerSlam. They finally have all the titles after SummerSlam, and let them hold them all the way into like Survivor Series. And then there's such a dominant force. Who can stop them? And the Survivor Series match itself is the Wyatts against who fucking knows? Whoever wants to stop them. And then you can have them slowly start to lose the titles. But still, build them up. Make them such a dominant force in WWE. Finally, let the Wyatts win something. But like PK said, I don't think two losing teams should have gone head to head in this match type. I don't think so.
Especially when one of them has like what was it? They're known for it. Because I mean, the ECW originals, they took 2 hits, 2 big hits. You can't claim that you innovate tables and then you lose. You can't go to Philly and do an Extreme Rules match. But once again, go watch it. It was so damn good. But you can't do that and then lose that. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Wait, I also want to speak of one thing. Poor Rowan. In every single match he's in, for some reason, Rowan is getting crapped on every single time. And it makes me sad, though. Everyone else is dominant except for Rowan. He doesn't even have a name. You have Harper with Desolation. You have Strowman with Destruction. You have Wyatt with Fear. And then it's Rowan. He's just there. Like, please do something for them. And I feel bad because they had him, like, he jumped off. He was going the whole good guy face. I think he chased after the IC belt or something like that. And I hate bullies. And then he just went back. It's like, oh, we just want to forget the character change, huh? Okay, WWE, I'll forget because so long as I'm entertained. But it's just like,
I don't know. That was the biggest problem with the matchup. My other issue with the matchup that I really didn't care for was after everything is said and done, Tommy Dreamer gets kicked through a table. Okay, Rhino.
Actually, that spot was pretty hype.
First off, one thing that made me really, really sad was when Rhino lined up for the gore. Nobody in the audience was chanting gore. No, it was either nobody knew or nobody cared, and that's really, really sad considering the career that Rhino has had. He was sitting there bouncing his head up and down to gore, 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 and nobody was chanting gore. And I'm like, what the fuck? That's kind of fucked. You know, even on NXT they chant gore for him. But how is it after the career he's had incredible spots on Raw and SmackDown, ECW, all that shit. TNA, how is nobody knew to chant gore? I mean, it just made me sad. I'm sorry. Rhino didn't deserve that. He deserves so much more than to job. Pete Ray does job too. But anyways, that was sad. But the one part that I didn't like was after all is said and done, all 3 of the other members of Team Extreme got eliminated, and Bubba Ray Dudley's there by himself. Bubba Ray, Bully Ray, should be putting in some work. I think he should have at least eliminated one person. So
he was too busy hammering it up for the crowd.
What?
He was hammering it up for the crowd.
I think he should have at least eliminated like Luke Harper or something like that, so that Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt were the last 2 standing. He pulled that table out and that lighter fluid. And I want you to know, I sat up in my bed. I was watching in my bed. I sat up and I was like, no, this is not actually going to happen. This is not actually going to happen right now on my television. This is not actually going to happen.
Computer monitor.
And I watched it on the television.
Oh, all right, well, screw me.
I sat up and I was like, wait. And he dumped that lighter fluid on, and for half a second, my heart stopped. And then all of a sudden, Braun Strowman comes in and just chokeslams through the table. And I'm like, oh.
So anticlimactic.
Okay. It kind of sucks that, you know, in this PG era, again, you talk about how extreme this team is, and how they're going to go to the limits and do all this. Not only are they getting decimated and put through table after table after table after table, but now you go even so far as to show everybody, hey, we're going to light this table on fire, and then snatch it right away from it at the last second. That's just a recipe for a bad time.
Yeah.
That's just a recipe for people hating the product right then and there. Because the match honestly wasn't bad, considering the fact that it's 2 losing teams going into it, considering the fact that the ECW originals even got destroyed. The simple fact that you went so far as to show us, oh hey, we're gonna light a table on fire, and then not do it, that's fucked.
Yeah.
That's wrestling blue balls right there.
Wrestling blue balls.
Fucked.
Holy
That's
crap.
fucked, in my opinion. That is so fucked. I'm sorry, there's no other way. That's fucked. PK13. That's fucked.
Yeah. It's messed up though. Like it's like I just feel mixed. I don't know how to feel about it. Like there are things I like about it. There are things I don't like about it. I'm glad the Wyatts won. I'm sad that the ECW originals lost twice, but the Wyatts needed it. But Dudley Boys definitely didn't need it. You brought back all these people, all this hype for them to lose. It's just like I don't know.
Especially with the Dudley Boys writing their names on the tables and everything. Like, come on. They should, even if they lost the match at TLC, they should have won the Extreme Rules match in Philly the next night.
It should have been a better showing as well. Like, they got destroyed each time.
Especially considering this is the last time we're going to see Tommy Dreamer on WWE television.
Yeah, it might not be the last time.
No, he tweeted it. He said he fulfilled the terms of his contract. From here on out, he's only wrestling at house shows.
What?
He will no longer appear on WWE TV.
Hold up.
I don't know if that's going to be a decision they're going to change later in the future, but as of right now, Tommy Dreamer is not appearing on WWE TV anymore. His final 2 appearances, he lost. Actual matches where he should have won.
Hold on, I gotta look into this. If that's true,
Go to his Twitter account. Go to his Twitter account. He tweeted it.
Sore as F word and bruised up, but had one hell of a match. Thanks to everyone who was on. I'm okay. And you guys got a great Raw. Philly, I love you. I don't say anything about that. Thanks for checking on me, Mick. The words are thin. I don't say anything.
Keep going.
Oh wait, thanks WWE Universe. It was awesome being back on TV. That agreement is done. See you on the live events. I love you guys so much. Wow.
That's the tweet right from his Twitter account. That's fucked. Again, that's fucked. I don't know. This was a match, in my opinion, had all of the ingredients to have, honestly, match of the night, considering who was involved in it. But for multiple reasons, it fell short. In my opinion, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. Because like I said, there were certain parts, like lighting the table on fire, or not lighting the table on fire, no one cheering Gore for Rhino, and the fact that 2 losing teams went up against each other, and the fact that it was so lopsided, it was so one-sided. That takes away from it for me, so I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. Honestly, this match should have been rated a 5 out of 5, but I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. What about you, PK?
Like I said, I'm just conflicted. I don't know. I'm going to give it like a 2.5.
2.5?
2.5. Like
I can agree with that. I gave it a 3 out of 5 just because, like I said, it had so much star power, considering who was involved in it, that it should have been better, but...
Yeah, but then you got to think about, like, the payoffs and whatnot.
It is what it is. It is what it is. We just hopefully we can see these 2 factions. Well, it's not even a faction on the extreme side. Hopefully we can see the Dudley Boys bounce back in a positive light. And hopefully, like I said when we first started speaking about it, I want to see the Wyatt family as a whole in more match types. Not just one representative of the Wyatt family with them at ringside. I enjoyed seeing all the Wyatt family together, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
They just gotta do more. Like, please make 2016 the Wyatt year. Like, shoot, let them be the people. Cause think about it, how hype would it be if the Wyatts were to finally the group that took down the tag team champions of the New Day?
I think that's kind of an awkward pairing. I think that if they're gonna get the tag titles, it should be from someone else.
You really think so?
I think that's kind of an awkward pairing because the 2 personalities of the groups really clash.
I don't know. It's like, oh, your positivity. You don't understand the face of fear you are living in.
But no, it's like you can run 2 faces like John Cena and Shawn Michaels and know it's gonna be a good match, but it's really kind of hard to run 2 heels.
I mean, the New Day, like, once the Wyatt attacks them, you already know the New Day is gonna be perceived as faces. I mean, the crowd already acts like they are.
I mean, I don't know. I just think their personalities are like they're too joyous and jubilant and whatnot, and the New Day, Wyatt family is just too dark and like serious. I just don't think their personality. That would be like, what if you had Undertaker, who's dark and serious, go up against Bo Dallas?
I hate Bo Dallas.
And I'm not trying to compare New Day to Bo Dallas by any means. I'm not. I'm just saying it just doesn't fit. You know, like how awkward would it be to see the dead man standing there in front of Bo Lee? You know what I mean? Like it just
just look at Undertaker's face. His face would tell you everything.
Exactly. I don't know. It is what it is. Anyways, moving on down the card, we have a singles match, which is what we referenced earlier, for the Intercontinental Championship. Kevin Owens. Fight! Defends against Dean Ambrose.
This was a fantastic match.
Incorrect. First off, shout out to the VFX designers. Everything at TLC this year was absolutely fucking insane. From the 8-bit theme that you had originally to the actual stuff that you had with all the images being mirrored and duplicated. That was dope as fuck. I'm sorry, that was crazy.
Wait, say it again? What?
Like when they were putting the packages together and they announced the matches, they had all the images mirrored and whatnot. You didn't.
I didn't catch wind of that. No, I didn't look to that.
Anyway, shout out to the VFX and the GFX people working at WWE. Y'all did great. But this Intercontinental Championship match, like we said earlier with the Rusev Ryback match, it was kind of that was honestly the only bad part about this match. Even though I'm not a Dean Ambrose fan, I just don't like him. If you like him, if you're watching, you like Dean Ambrose, more power to you. I understand there may be people that I like that you dislike and you don't like, whatever. I don't care. I don't like Dean Ambrose. I don't need you to sit here and give me 100,000 reasons why my opinion is wrong. I just don't care. I don't like Dean Ambrose. I think this match should have been a TLC match. 100%.
I would have liked the undercard. Well, is undercard like the thing you want to say here? Mid-card TLC match would have been hype. All they had to do was like have Dean Ambrose or Owens attack the other with a chair or put him through a table, anything like that. Boom, easy TLC stipulation at it.
I think it should have been, because I think in my eyes, with the right push, either one of these wrestlers could be main event material. In the right situation, you could put Kevin Owens in the world title seat. I mean, look at Kevin Owens versus John Cena. If that would have been for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, people would have ate that up.
Yo, can I just say that I know it's slightly off topic, but since you put up that, the fact that the Cena-Owens rivalry isn't on deck for the Slammy for best rivalry of the year is garbage. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. That was the best rivalry of this entire year, and they're completely sliding it for Rusev and John Cena. What the hell? Garbage.
Well, it was USA.
I mean, yeah, but no, like, I don't know. Owens and Cena was so much better.
It was. Owens and Ambrose, however, not so much. I have a few problems with this match. Putting the fact that I don't like Ambrose aside, the match itself wasn't terrible. It was a pretty good singles match. They both had pretty decent spots. I liked Kevin Owens' senton bomb outside of the ring on Ambrose. It was really fucking good. I liked the match. They both did well. One thing I didn't like about this the most is the rivalry kind of cropped up out of nowhere.
Yeah,
it was so. All of a sudden, it was just, Ambrose Owens, they have a problem. And for me, for a rivalry to have so fresh of a start, for Ambrose to come in and just pick up the title off Kevin Owens, this prize fighter. He's been billed as this prize fighter. He won the title from Ryback. He beat John Cena. And out of nowhere, just the first match in the rivalry, he loses the IC title?
I mean, I don't see why not. Like, it makes Ambrose seem like a little bit more dominant than he has been. And the rivalry actually stemmed from their IC match because, Ambrose had a problem with them from then when he beat him. So it makes sense that when he beat him in that title run for the WWE title, that he would go over him in the IC title match. It just kind of makes sense to me.
But he only beat Kevin Owens in that championship tournament because Owens was already champion.
But that aside, technically he still beat the IC champion. Now we know why. We already knew this was coming. We saw it a mile away as soon as they showed the bracket. We knew exactly what was going to happen. Everybody did. But technically, storyline speaking, he beat the IC champion.
I think for the sake of a storyline, I think it's kind of weak. They had a really weak, unimpactful rivalry, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Ambrose just wins. The only way I can buy into this is if Owens wins in the end and gets the IC title back.
I'm sure he'll get it back, but I'll say, like, leading up to Raw, this is like an extension from the match. Owens, the character, like the way he just perceived it, it went from a regular match. It was not a regular match. It was a pretty good match between Ziggler and Ambrose. I can see them doing like putting on great shows together. But in the middle of it, Owens just comes out and destroys everybody. Literally destroys everybody. Pop up power bombs on Ambrose twice, and he said, "You think this is over? It's not over." And he just walks away pretty much. Like he said a little bit more, but that's pretty much it. It's not over yet. I'm getting my title back, and I'll see you soon.
Well, yeah, at Royal Rumble they're obviously gonna match, but I hope it's something more than just another singles match. I hope it's something more, and that they inject something more into this rivalry, because to be 100% honest, it's just, I don't know, it's another one of those things where I just don't feel like they really fit together. Like, yes, they put on good matches and whatnot, but I just feel like their characters, their personalities don't really mesh well.
I mean, I think I agree with you there. It was like, when I saw them, I'm like, they're actually going to a rivalry now. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting more so Ambrose trying to help Reigns get the title, you know? But, I mean, they went this way, and honestly, because Ambrose is a fan favorite, and because they're trying to get ratings, I don't think it's a bad idea to throw these swears. As a matter of fact, I popped. Like, I didn't expect it. You guys can check my Twitter. I'm like, Owens is going to win because he's freaking Owens. Mind you, I don't mind him with the title. I think that Ambrose and Owens gunning for the IC top belt is only going to elevate them both. No matter who comes out in the end, they're both going to end up elevated from this. That's just
I think if Owens doesn't win this title in the end, he needs to be escalated to main event status.
True.
He needs to take on whoever's the world title after this. If you want to pass the IC title to Ambrose, fine. Great. It's awesome. Let Owens lose this rivalry. But after this, he needs to be escalated to main event status, because Kevin Owens just staying as a mid-carder, come on. Like, I understand he needs to pay his dues or whatever and work his way up through popularity and whatnot, but I guarantee you, if you put Owens in a main event situation, like Owens versus Reigns, or Owens versus somebody.
Cesaro?
We already did that.
Can we do it again?
You know, I don't know.
For this match, it was a good match. I honestly enjoyed it, and the pop off at the end caught me by surprise. It was a clean pin as well. Like, it was a great match. I don't know. Like, personally, I'm gonna give it like I'm gonna give it a 3.5. I feel like I want to give it a 4, but it may not be that deserving. But I enjoyed it,
especially considering the fact of how random the outcome was and how short the rivalry has been. I don't want to rate it that high. The match itself was okay. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. I'm very, very interested to see where it goes from here on out, because I don't want to shit on the rivalry itself just yet. But I am very interested to see where it goes from here. Like, it's very hard for me to predict or say anything, because it's like I'm kind of biased towards Kevin Owens because I like Kevin Owens, but at the same time it's like, what is more realistic? So I'm really kind of at an impasse, hence why I'm so speechless at times. But I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5, and I'm just excited to see where it goes from here.
All right, well, as long as you're excited, that means you tune in, and that's what WWE wants.
Swag, bitch. Up next, we have the second worst match of the night, in my opinion. We have singles match for the Divas Championship. Charlotte with Ric Flair defending against Paige.
This is one of those storyline matches where, just like Rusev and Ryback, where they shouldn't have fought off again. They already fought. Charlotte beat her. They should have had anyone else. No, not anyone else. They should have had Sasha freaking Banks in Boston facing off for the Divas title and winning the darn belt. Like, have her go through all, but then again, I understand why they didn't, because they're doing this whole dirty play swerve with Charlotte. So it's like, if she's implementing all this and she's not winning, then why is she there? So I understand it, but she should have at least been in the belt and lost to those shenanigans. So that way everyone's going to be upset with her only cheering Sasha more because she lost the bullcrap from Ric Flair and Sasha. And then at Royal Rumble, she beats her then. Like, that's how it should have been. But instead, they decided to rehash the entire match between Sasha and Paige. I'm sorry, not Sasha, Charlotte and Paige. And it was an okay match. Like, I like them both. But at the same time, I honestly don't feel like they work well together. Don't do it. He did it. God dang it.
I don't like Paige! I
Paige.
don't like this match!
Paige is awesome.
I don't like this rivalry!
But Paige is amazing. Charlotte's heel turn is going well, dude.
No!
It is!
I don't like heel Charlotte! I don't like it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Listen. I'm gonna explain. I'm actually gonna sit down for this. I'm gonna sit down. You guys.
Are you standing up here talking this entire time?
No. I'm gonna break the fourth wall. You guys don't know. During these reviews, I stand up most of the time. I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna break it down for you. Okay. Number one. Charlotte came to the main roster. Everyone loved her in NXT. Everyone loved her on the main roster. I mean, she's Ric Flair's daughter. That's instant hype. Everyone loves Ric Flair. Everyone's gonna love Charlotte. Given. I don't want to say that Charlotte didn't earn the Divas Championship, but at the same time, the fact that she is Ric Flair's daughter gives her a huge boost. So I understand why WWE wanted to promote her first of the 4 horsewomen. I understand that. I get it. I'm fine with it. I like Charlotte. So, she was on the main roster for a month or two. Boom, has the title. Great. Awesome. I love it. Paige getting jealous because Charlotte did what Paige couldn't do. Okay, I can understand. I can buy into that storyline. That makes sense. I love it. But Charlotte beat Paige fair and square.
Yep.
Hands down. End of story.
Yep.
At that point, you could have slid anybody into the rivalry. And said, okay, we have new number 1 contenders for the Women's Championship, the Divas Championship. I don't like the fact that they are wrestling yet again.
No, it's not the fact that they're wrestling again. After Paige took that shot at Charlotte's passed on brother. I'm sorry.
Yes.
You can't turn to be a heel after someone took a low blow like that.
No. Not even just that. It's just the simple notion of they're doing the exact same match again. Not even a different match stipulation. And the outcome is the exact same. Out of the past 6 months, 8 months, how many of the women's title matches have involved Paige?
Unfortunately, too many.
How many of them has Paige lost?
Unfortunately, everyone.
I am tired of seeing Paige.
She has passed on her time.
I am tired. I think she could be perfectly fine. She could be here for another 5-6 years. That's fine. She's a decent competitor. She's great. I say that she's young as hell. She could be here for longer than 5-6 years. I think in ring she's great. Me personally, I don't really care for her. It's the same thing with Dean Ambrose. I recognize that Dean Ambrose is decent in the ring. I recognize his pop with the crowd when I don't like him. But at the same time, I'm tired of seeing Paige. I'm tired of seeing Paige. Give Paige a rest. I think.
But this is her house, Nappy.
No, fuck that.
This is her house.
Fuck that and fuck her 13-year-old boy voice.
Hey.
Fuck that.
Wow.
I think there's too much proof. There's too much proof from NXT that Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, Charlotte, and eventually Bayley, when she comes to the main roster, they can wrestle fucking amazing matches. Please, for the love of everything, give us Sasha fucking Banks. Please, for the love of everything, give us more Becky Lynch. I love more Charlotte, but I'm tired. I'm glad. I'm fucking happy Nikki Bella's gone. I'm beyond the fucking moon that Nikki Bella's gone.
She'll be back soon.
It's just one of those things where it's just you see the same thing and the same people over and over. It's what happened with John Cena. It's what happened with John Cena. You saw John Cena so much everywhere that you just got tired of it. And that's a little hypocritical because I talk about people that hate on Lil Wayne. You know, everyone loves Lil Wayne up until the point where Lil Wayne was everywhere all the time. Then people started hating on him. And I don't understand that. I mean, he's successful, he's doing something, but I guess in this situation, Paige isn't all that successful, now is she? She keeps fucking losing.
Yep. I mean, at least they had that, like, good reason why they had a rematch from, I think, Night of Champions. But when she lost the Survivor Series, it should have been over.
No. Charlotte won at Night of Champions.
Oh, wait, is that when she took the belt?
Yeah, she beat Nikki Bella at Night of Champions.
What am I thinking of?
Paige was number 1 contender at Survivor Series. And this is like another match from them.
Oh, so they only fought twice. But then when did she have? Oh, that must be the build up to their first fight then. Never mind then. I'm incorrect.
Yeah, because Charlotte won at Night of Champions, and Nikki Bella had a rematch at Hell in a Cell.
Right, we saw that.
Yeah. I don't know. The Charlotte heel turn, I'm not a huge fan of. I think it's not a proper heel turn because it's that same situation that we spoke about before where it's like you can't have two heels going at each other. Because after all this time with Paige being heel, she can't just miraculously be a face. Not against the same opponent.
Yeah, they're turning people way too quickly and changing characters way too quickly before they have a chance to be established.
Yeah, it doesn't fit. And it doesn't fit because the quote-unquote heel character that Ric Flair is, you know, that wheeling, dealing, lying, stealing type of heel, you know, technically he is the heel, but people still love him. You know, that character, you can't put that up against the heel of Paige, who she is just a flat-out character that you hate because of what she says and what she does. You know, you can't, it's just, two heels don't work that way against each other. And I don't care if WWE technically considers Paige a face, it hasn't been enough time for her to be all lovey-dovey like that yet.
Nah.
I don't know. Like I said when we first spoke about this is in my opinion, the second worst match of the night. I did not enjoy it. I didn't think it had any crazy spots in it either.
The only thing that was memorable was Ric Flair. I'm telling you, it was one of those storyline things where it was just about Charlotte's heel turn. So, I mean, like, I'd give it a 2.
Definitely. I would agree. I would give it a 1.5 or a 2. Period. Yep. It was a match that was unneeded and unnecessary. And I really there's some sayings going around that the Charlotte heel turn was so they could prepare for a Charlotte Becky Lynch run after this.
And I'm fine with that.
I mean, I guess
I want Becky. I would love
things where like Becky Lynch is upset with how Charlotte's been holding herself, whatever.
Yo, did you see Raw? They had a tag team match versus Team Bella, the remnants of Team Bella, and during that match, Becky wasn't known of it, but Alicia got tripped up by Ric Flair by the ropes, and then Becky went in for the submission and pinned Alicia that way. But she got that win due to outside help from Ric Flair, the dirty dealing. So we know she's already been spoken up about that, how she doesn't like Charlotte's doing that. Like, she actually called her out saying, I'm glad you won the match, but I'm not happy with how you won it. As a matter of fact, that was right after the Paige thing. At TLC. That's when she said that. There you go. So, I mean, they are building up for that rivalry, which I'm happy for. But, again, it should still be Sasha Banks.
Yeah, I don't know. So, from here on out, we're going to see Charlotte versus Becky Lynch, hopefully. And after that, maybe, finally, we'll get fucking Sasha Banks.
The thing is, though, if Charlotte beats Becky and then Sasha beats Charlotte, I feel like that will make Sasha's, like, win even better. So, I mean, I'm fine with a little delay if that's the case.
Yeah, for real. Well, 1.5, 2 out of 5, somewhere around there. I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Moving on to the final match of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, your main event with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship on the line. You have Sheamus defending against Roman Reigns in a tables, ladders, and chairs match.
I have issues with this match. I like Sheamus. I do. Don't get me wrong. I thought he was hype when he came in. But he's also pretty stiff. He just looks a little weird. And Reigns, I mean, I like him. But I feel like he can be better. He can be better. So when I heard this matchup, I was like,
we've had this revelation before on these reviews. I think the whole storyline with Sheamus cashing in at Survivor Series. Again, if you missed out on our Survivor Series review, please go back and check it out. There's a link to the playlist in the description and whatnot. But I think Sheamus cashing in was a given, and it's kind of an awkward storyline between the two because you don't, like, if you sit back and think about it, would you really expect to see Sheamus versus Roman Reigns?
Nope. But who else would it have been? Like, he had Money in the Bank.
Exactly. It was one of those things where it was like it was a panic booking, it was a scramble booking. They're doing the best they can. And in all honesty, the match itself wasn't half bad.
No, it was definitely better than I was expecting.
It really wasn't bad. They had the Superman chair shot off the steel steps. They had the white noise off the steel steps through the table. They had the when they had the ladder laid out between the ring and the announce table, and they did the Reigns did the Samoan drop through the ladder, and the ladder cracked in half. They had a lot of decent spots. They had a lot of good spots. It looked like they went through hell. Sheamus was all cut up and bruised. Reigns
even on Monday, did you see him on Monday? Dude was bruised.
Yeah, they went through hell in that match. That was a good TLC match. Up until the point when Rusev and Alberto Del Rio interfered.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of expected that. Which, can I just ask, where the hell is Barrett?
They couldn't afford to fly him out.
Stop saying that. Where is Barrett?
They couldn't afford to fly him out.
I miss Barrett, man. This man is he's good. Get him up. Go after the IC belt or the US belt. I don't give a damn. But bring Barrett back.
I agree. I like Wade Barrett. I like Wade Barrett a lot. I think they should push him more than what they do.
Yes.
But they couldn't afford to fly him out.
Stop saying.
They couldn't afford to fly him out. They even cut a promo with him at the beginning of the show. But between the beginning of the show and the main event, they couldn't afford to fly him out.
I'm going to kick Nappy next time I see him. Anyway, yeah, the run-in was like expected, like really expected. But we was all hoping that the family, you know, the Usos and Ambrose would come out.
I don't know why. I don't know why you keep hoping for that.
It just makes sense. But no. Now that I see where everything went, I understand why it didn't. But at the moment, I'm like, can we? I don't know. I would like it if when the face is going up against the whole group, that the face's friends can help him out.
No. And the reason for that, and this is something that PK and I spoke about the night after, or the night of, after everything was said and done, and I explained to him then, you can't do that. You can't do that because WWE is in this process of breaking Roman Reigns down. I guess they want to push Reigns so badly, and they want him to be the next Rock, or they want him to be the next Cena, that they're finally realizing that, okay, this just shove him out there approach isn't working. So what they finally did is they broke him down. They had him win the title and have it snatched away from him again. He lost at WrestleMania. He's come so close time and time again, but he's been beaten down over and over and over and over and over again. And he can't have his compadres, his comrades, mix the words together. Fuck it. He can't have that come out and help him because that doesn't make him any better than the fucking heel. You know, this has to be one of those things where he's beaten down so much to the pulp where you not liking him doesn't matter anymore. You actually feel bad for the guy. You actually look at him and say, you know, I didn't really like him before, but this really kind of sucks. This really kind of sucks. And I'm sure you could call me a hypocrite and say the same thing about Paige, but you know what? Fuck Paige. I hate it. We're here talking about Roman Reigns. It's one of those things where he's just been beaten down time and time and time again that you're just like, damn. You know,
and that happened repeatedly. This man climbed to the top, went through that entire tournament. No. He was #1 contender for Seth Rollins. Couldn't get a match against the man that you know that they're gonna have it out sooner or later. And Rollins' injury was untimely, but I feel like it's better down the road when they actually do have that match. They're gonna be really freaking hype. But in any case, taken away from him. So Triple H said, you know, you can have the belt right now if you just be my man. Reigns said, no, screw you and your manhood, and kicked him in the nuts. Or he didn't really kick him in the nuts, but he pretty much slapped him and said, no, I'm doing this my own way. Ran through the entire tournament. Went through his best friend, his brother, won the title to have it snatched from him. I mean, mind you, he did do an anti-heel thing when he speared when Superman punched Triple H. It was one of those. But he did one of those, and right after that, Sheamus came in, cashed in. It made sense. It made complete sense. And then one more time, he overcomes all the odds. And in case you guys haven't seen it, spoiler alert, Sheamus once again snatches the gold away. Literally snatches the gold away. It was one of those awkward moments where Reigns beat down. He caught Alberto Del Rio when he was coming in, but then after that, Rusev caught him after he caught Del Rio, knocked Reigns down. Reigns took out both of them and then was crawling in. But at that awkward moment where Reigns is scrambling,
he's climbing the ladder,
Sheamus just like, nope.
Snatches it from him.
And it's like, oh.
So it's literally, you come close so many times and it's snatched away from you.
And it was just like I said, it was just oh. Right.
Spoiler alert, Sheamus does end up winning the match.
Yeah.
It had a lot of great spots. The matchup itself was the rivalry itself was kind of odd, but not terrible. But the next night on Raw.
No. You jumping the gun. Can we talk about what happened after the match at TLC?
I was going to, but okay, we can do that first. After TLC, after the match is over and Sheamus wins, Triple H comes out
after beating down everybody else, he took a chair, beat down Sheamus, beat down Del Rio, beat down Rusev.
Yeah.
He's pissed. Like those
Reigns
pictures they got
snapped.
of him was amazing. His face, his facial expressions told it all. Dude was livid.
We finally saw some sort of character, which is all that we've wanted this entire time. We saw some sort of character from Reigns, some sort of emotion in his character itself. And then Triple H comes out to stop the assault, and Triple H ends up getting in the ring, and you knew the moment he turned to him and said, "What the hell is wrong with you?" that Reigns is going to snap on him. Reigns beat the shit out of Triple H, and Triple H sold the fuck out of it too.
No, he destroyed him.
He bounced in the air.
That was amazing.
He bounced in the air.
That bounce. And then when he speared him outside the ring, powerbombed him onto the table. Correction. Listen, onto, not through. When that table doesn't break, that crap hurts.
Yeah, because nothing breaks your fall. You just hit and just boom. So I like the fact that they did all that. Reigns finally snapped. We saw some sort of character. We saw some sort of anti-hero from him. Something other than just, oh, I'm Roman Reigns. Look at me roar. Cock my arm, Superman punch. You know, like, come on, give me something more. And like PK said, Reigns turned around and walked out, and turned around, ran down the ramp, speared Triple H again outside the ring. And I was about to get two different matches mixed up. It was honestly the best way to end that pay-per-view.
Stephanie was upset. Like, everyone sold everything properly. Was it when Reigns, like that breakdown when he just destroyed Triple H after he powerbombed him onto the table, he elbow dropped him through the table? That was insane. And when he ran all the way from the middle of the ramp, sprinted, this man gone, and speared Triple H, the whiplash net Triple H had, like, oh my god. Triple H wasn't there the next night. He was so beaten down. Everything was just so perfectly. It just looked nice.
So before we move on to Monday Night Raw the next night, because we got to speak on that.
Oh, true.
What would you rate the match? Just the match itself with its spots. And
the match itself before, I mean, all right, are we counting the outcome as well? Like, the aftermath.
Not Monday Night Raw.
No, but the aftermath of TLC.
Just everything as a whole.
I'm going to give it a 4. I felt like for Roman Reigns, that was just what we needed.
I agree with you. I think the matchup itself, it was, like I said when we first started talking about it, it was an actual decent match. 4 to 5 is what I would give it. 4 to 5, and I don't know, I feel like that might be a little bit generous, but at the same time, I think it was perfect. Finally, we got to see some sort of character from Roman Reigns. 4 out of 5. I agree.
Which is all we asked for.
I agree. Now, moving on to Monday Night Raw the night after, we got a gift. We were given a gift that goes by the name of
Mickey J!
McMahon.
Oh.
No, PK.
I almost had it.
in Global Force Wrestling.
I almost had it right. I had the Mick right.
I have been saying this for so fucking long. We need Vince back. We need Shane back, to be honest. But I was so happy to see Vince fucking McMahon on Monday Night Raw. I could not. It was honestly the perfect thing. It was the perfect thing, and everyone gets so upset. They got so mad after Reigns did everything that he did, and at TLC, they're like, "Oh, this is copy and paste Stone Cold Steve Austin." So the fuck what? So what? Did you enjoy everything that happened between Stone Cold and Vince? Yes. So why are you complaining now? Why? 90% of all wrestling storylines are copy and pasted from something else that has worked before. So why are you complaining? This entire time you've been upset that it hasn't been working, but finally we get something decent, some sort of decent storyline, and you want to complain about that too. All I'm saying is Vince McMahon came out on Raw and told him, you get to have a rematch against Sheamus for the WWE World title tonight, and if you lose, you're fired.
No. The best part was the beginning when Stephanie came out and Reigns just like, I don't forgive your husband. I don't regret doing what I'm doing. If you're gonna fire me, which was a little weird, but fire me. And then he was just like, Stephanie slapped the crap out of him, said, we got somebody coming, Vincent Kennedy. And by the way, well, I'll speak about that later, but Vincent Kennedy, man, so as you said, they came out and he's, Roman, no mic in hand until he snatched it from Vince. I wasn't expecting that. Came at his age, and Vince called him, you son of a bitch. You want a match? You got it. But if you don't win, you're fired.
PK needs to work on his Vince.
Yeah, I got. Let me try again. You're fired. No, okay, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry. I don't have.
Things you don't do.
I can do towel.
Now, okay, let me take this back real quick. Let me snatch the mic from PK like Roman Reigns snatched the mic from Vince. I liked the match, and the one part that was so satisfying was when fucking Sheamus went for that bro kick, and Roman Reigns caught him and hit him with that spear. Oh my god, I felt that in my fucking stomach. That was like two trains, two buses hitting each other. It was so much momentum from both sides that just stopped in the blink of an eye in the middle of the ring. That spear was perfect.
It hurt.
I will say 100%, I'm happy that Reigns is champion. I know we're not talking about TLC anymore, but the Monday Night Raw afterwards had to be spoken about. I'm happy that Reigns is champion.
No. The way he treated Vince, and yo, shout out to Vince being 70 years old, taking the Superman punch. Being out there still doing what he darn well does. Like Vince.
100%. Vince should be there. Everyone loves Vince. Please implement him on the show. He's behind the scenes damn near every night at every pay-per-view. Let him fucking come out and speak on the mic. Please.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense that he has that they're moving forward because I mean he is getting older. We need to start establishing that new face now. And Triple H is
I understand, but to have Vince come back out every now and then isn't terrible. You know, bring him back out, especially for someone like WrestleMania.
I mean, this is the perfect time to do it. Like, how serious can you make it with the fact that Triple H is so beaten up that Vincent Kennedy McMahon comes back? Like, that's how you know. That just escalated it as soon as the name was dropped.
And you know what? Even though you want to talk about moving on and doing this and doing that, with the Raw ratings being the way they are, they shouldn't spare any expense.
They really shouldn't, and that's why they didn't.
They want to throw Taker and Lesnar here and there in your face, left and right, do this and do that and do this and do that. Then what about Vince McMahon? Bring him back. He's hype as shit. And I told this to Mo the other night as well. I told him, I said, Vince being 70, he looks great. Obviously, he's really old and whatnot, but I think he has one good match left in him.
I disagree.
I think. Well, no, bearing the fact that he's a terrible wrestler. I don't mean good match in the sense of like he's gonna put on a fucking amazing clinic in the middle of the ring. I'm talking about he has one good like storyline with a culmination match left in it. Because you know Vince always ends up in no DQ matches, so that you don't really have to show off his wrestling ability and whatnot. I think he's got one good match left in him, and that's it. I think he does. I don't think it has to be anything crazy over the top, but could you imagine seeing like Triple H versus Vince one last time? Or Vince get in the ring and wrestle one last time. He doesn't have to take 16,000 chair shots to the head. He doesn't have to fall off a ladder or anything like that. But I think you could implement Vince in one more storyline just to have some sort of hype. I think you could. No,
in a storyline, yeah. I don't want to win a match, but definitely like in a storyline. Like
I think he could do one more good match.
I mean, he's Vince. Like Vince is the freaking man. We all know
before he wraps up and he's officially done in the ring, I think he has one more good match left in him. If Taker can do it, then again, he is 70 years old, but fuck it. If Ric Flair can do it, Taker can do it, if Sting can do it, fuck it. Let Vince have one last match. It's his damn company. Let him do it.
I mean, yeah, if he wants to, then no one can stop him, but I would like, can we not? I'd be happy if he did.
Anyways, TLC 2015 as a whole, what would you rate it?
Like I said, this is a really good pay-per-view, better than most. I mean, there's a lot of good things that happen of it. I mean, even though the subpar matches were subpar, at least character-wise, it made sense. I'm gonna give it a 4. I'm gonna give it a 4.
Yet again, I agree with PK. I'm gonna give it a 4. It could be a little bit of Survivor Series leftover because Survivor Series was so horrifically bad that anything you give us would be better than that. So that might be boosting a little bit, but at this point, I'm just happy with the matches that we were given, and I'm gonna say 4 out of 5. It was probably one of the better pay-per-views this year, hands down. 4 out of 5. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section below about all the matches that were featured this year at TLC 2015. And of course, make sure you check out PK's channel and Twitter, both of which are linked in the description. I know whenever pay-per-views go down, he and I are both tweeting like crazy about what's going on, and I guess we will see you guys later this week. Actually, because NXT TakeOver London is happening, and we should have a review for you guys. Well, if PK has the time to join us. I know I'll have a review up for you guys no matter what. So I will see you guys then. I guess after that, next time we see you won't be for 6 weeks until the Royal Rumble.
Wow, 6 weeks. It's been a while since WWE has had that many weeks between a pay-per-view.
Yeah, especially considering they had like Elimination Chamber, then 2 weeks later Money in the Bank, and then 2 weeks later Payback, or whatever the fuck the schedule was then. That was crazy.
Yeah, they're gonna have to like show off. Or we'll see.
Either way, you guys, if you enjoyed, and of course, if you're a proud member of the Nappy Nation, make sure you smash our like button down below for us. With that, we'll get about. Thank y'all once again for your patience. I know this should have been up on Sunday night, but I was going through some stuff. But thank you once again for your support. Thank you for checking the video. Get a video to that 182.
I'm out.
Bitch.
Oh.
Yeah.